You love it.
Duck, duck, goose, found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go into medication. I can deal with it. Every night I can make it like and every that's what you by your side through all of the lies.
Watching you cry for me. Get on your knees, apologize please.
Now why don't you
Die for me.
tell me the king, ruler of flames, give me the diamond ring. Get on your knees, apologize please. Now why don't you die for me?
I can go, but you drop allocation. Late at night, I can deal with everything. Every night, even like a echo. Can get it there. That's a dream.
There we go. All right. Hello and welcome to the 2021 Spring Sports Awards ceremony. Yeah? My name is Madeline Weiss and I will be your host tonight. As a senior this year, I've been a part of Glendale Prep Athletics for 7 years now. It was this athletic program that took me from being a clumsy 6th grader into now a collegiate athlete. I say this not to brag, but to tell you how I got to where I am today. I'm not an athletic prodigy. Talent doesn't come naturally to me. I had to work hard, and not just work hard during practice and competitions, but putting in extra hours in my own free time. I did whatever it took to get myself to the skill level I am at today. Even this spring season, I did whatever it took to keep our school's softball program alive by joining the sport for the first time in my last semester of high school. I've done whatever it takes for this athletic program, and I know many of you athletes sitting here today have as well. We are here tonight to celebrate your accomplishments and hard work throughout this season. This evening, I will highlight each team's season. After that, the head coach and their team will come forward for the presentation of awards. So sit back, relax, and welcome again to the GP 2021 Spring Sports Award Ceremony. All right, let's dive right in with middle school swim. All right, this team is tiny but mighty. 5 swimmers in a sea of hundreds. 5 middle schoolers that were the loudest. There was never more heart on the pool deck, never more spirit, never more excitement than when these swimmers were at their meets. Everyone knew when GP was on the deck because the whole vibe changed. They brought their competitive spirit to every event, and at the end they left with 5 medals. Tiny but mighty indeed. Please welcome Coach Casina and the middle school swim team.
Thank you so much for that, Madeline. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. For us, this is a huge night. I am so proud of these 5 swimmers here. It started a little bit rough at the beginning, but like I said, tiny but mighty. I would like to present 3 amazing awards to 3 amazing swimmers this evening. I get emotional at these things because, well, look at them. They work so hard. The first award, the Whatever It Takes award, goes to Caitlin Mott. Between asthma attacks and hard sets, this swimmer truly shined and came in first in her events at several meets. She cheered the loudest when her teammates swam and outdid even me with her enthusiasm. We all know that's hard to do. She will continue to do great things because she has whatever it takes, literally. The next award, which is Most Improved, or Next Woman Up in our case, is Cassie Brown. At the beginning of the season, she could barely swim to the end of the pool. She used to stop in the middle, take a breather, and then continue. By the first meet, just a week and a half later, she came in second in her 50 breast. How was she able to do that? Through grit and determination. Congrats. This shy, quiet kid gave it her all at each and every meet. She surprised me, she was amazing, and I'm so very proud of her. The next award is the Griffin Award. This award goes to Lalita Pal. Let me tell you a little bit something about this child. She swam the Alcatraz 2 miles in her spare time. Ocean waters, shark-infested waters, freezing temperatures. If that's not amazing, I don't know what is. I can hardly wait to see the greatness she'll achieve, not just in swimming, as that's a given, but also in life. Thank you so much.
All right, awesome. Thank you, middle school swim. Next up, we have middle school tennis. So let's get out of the water and back onto the court. All right. What an incredible season. The team enjoyed great camaraderie with positive encouragement built among them. No matter what the grade level, the teammates supported and encouraged each other through it all. In addition, every player improved significantly from the first day until the last day of the season. The boys' team dominated with 6 wins and 1 loss this season. The girls worked hard every day and, despite their record of 4 wins and 3 losses, faced every match and challenge with encouragement and persistence. This led the girls to taking 2nd place in the final tournament, as well as some individual wins. Thomas Randalls and Luciano Marcolini took 1st place in the boys' doubles 1. Olivia and Lauren took 2nd place in the girls' doubles 1, and Belle and Geneva took 2nd place in girls' doubles 2. So now, please welcome Coach Bellinger and the middle school tennis team.
Keep coming. Keep going. Go pass. Small team. Okay. All right, stop right there. All right. Those that knows me, I do not like public speaking, but I love coaching these kids so much I'll do it. All right, so I'm going to start off with our season was amazing. These kids are amazing, and I was so glad to get to coach them this year. We had a very short season last year. We got 1 match in before we were shut down, so it was great to have all the kids come back this year. I'm going to start off with our boys' Whatever It Takes award. This is going to go to Lucas Marcus. I haven't seen someone put more effort into a match. Every single time he would come off completely drenched, red, He put 110% into every practice and every match. Congratulations. Our next award is our Most Improved, or the Next Man Up, goes to R.C. Henderson. This player surprised me so much from his growth from the last season, the very short season, to this season. He came out and he was our number 2, and he just killed it out there. He won almost all of his matches. And he took everything we threw at him as a coach and he applied it to his game. Congratulations. And my boys, Griffin. This player is so kind, and he always encourages every single player on our team. He blew me away with his determination. He is someone that never let a ball get past him. He would run it down so much that the other team would give up thinking they aced him, and it would come flying back, and he'd win the point every single time. Thomas Randalls. All right, so we're going to move on to our girls' A team. We have Whatever It Takes. This player is one of the most consistent players we have on our team. She's basically like playing against a brick wall. Not only that, she has gorgeous strokes. It's beautiful. And she is one of the kindest young ladies we have on our team. I cannot wait to see what next year holds for her. Belle Botson. So our next woman up, which is the Most Improved, is someone who has so much determination. She showed up to every practice, every game, even if she wasn't playing. She wanted to get the exhibition matches. She would play on the weekends. And she was just so determined to go out there and make this A team and get a place on it. And unfortunately, she can't be here tonight, but it goes to Ryan Van Ospen. My girls, Griffin. When I think of the Griffin Award, it's someone who is exemplary on the court and off the court. This young lady is so kind to every single person on our team. She's encouraging. We have a player of the day. She always gave out compliments for it. She's always asking what she can do to improve, and she goes out and she does it. And by the end of the season, she really was killing it. Rachel Blakemore. And now I have my girls B team, Whatever It Takes. This young lady works so hard every year. She helped out anytime we needed someone to step up on the A team, and she did it happily and excitedly. I'm gonna give it to Lizzie Schlafman. And our girls' next man up, just seeing the difference from the beginning of this year to the end of this year, I cannot wait to see how well she does next year. She always has a smile on her face, and she's just excited to be out there and playing and hanging out with her friends. Mihaela Ursu. And my girls, Griffin. This young lady is the kindest, most energetic, and smiley, and encouraging person we have on our entire team. She, I would say, would be like a cheerleader for our team. I've had so many other schools come over and say how encouraging she was to her player and to their players. Like, oh, don't worry, that was a great shot. No matter you missed it. I'm going to give it to Allison Wright.
Awesome, thank you. Middle school tennis. You can head back to your seat. Give them one more round of applause. All right, now we're gonna head back inside for middle school girls basketball B. All right. The B team girls had an amazing season. They faced some of the hardest teams in our league and still played with their whole heart. On the first day of practice, most of them could not make a right hand or left hand layup. Dribbling a basketball was definitely out of their range of knowledge because every time they picked up a basketball, there was a travel. But if you look at the team now, you can see they have all improved in their own ways. They're making layups, reducing the amount of travels, and making those outside shots. Each and every single one of them should be proud of the season they had. And now, please welcome up Coach Lom and the middle school girls B team basketball.
This is my middle school girls basketball team. I am so proud of the year that they have. Before I give out my awards, I just want to say a couple thank yous. My first is to my dad. He's actually right there taking sports photos. You might see him around a couple games. He's really nice, he's really cool. My second thank you is to Mr. Garrison and Mr. Hawkins. This would not be possible without them. They do a lot of work that we're not able to see, and sometimes they're here a really long time without you guys knowing. They're always in the office when we're practicing. They're always ready for us. My last thank you is to Coach Kane and all the wisdom she was able to give me this year. It's really been a blessing for me to be with her. I got to coach junior varsity with her, and then now middle school. She's my new best friend. Okay, so on to our awards. The first award I have tonight is a Whatever It Takes award, and that is going to Ava Rougemont. She had broken her toe. Well, we thought she broke her toe, and she still came to practice. She watched our practice, even played in the game the next day. She has done everything I've always asked her to do. Every practice she's been at, she's ran whenever she needs to ran. So I'm very proud of you. Our next award is the Next Women's Up Award, and that's going to Abby Jivku. I think Abby had a phenomenal season. We went and played one of the hardest schools we could ever play. Second half, she came in and scored 3 jump shots right off the bat. She really helped, and she's really improved on all of her layups. She's going to be a really good athlete. Our last award is going to Zoe Smith, and she is getting the Griffin Award. I had the lovely opportunity of coaching Zoe last year before COVID, and I was really glad to have her this year just to see the growth that she had. We had a practice where there was no court being used from like 3:15 to 4:45, and our practice wasn't until 4:45. When I tell you Zoe did not like 2-ball handling, she did not like 2-ball handling. And she had asked me during that time if she could do it, and I knew from there that she was always going to be a hard basketball player and want to dedicate her time to playing. So good job, Zoe.
All right, thank you, Coach Lom. Now let's move on to middle school basketball A. All right. All right, what a year. Not the finish we wanted, but a great one nonetheless. This group of young ladies really gelled as the season progressed. They have a passion for the game and were exceptionally coachable, demonstrating a desire to build on their skills. They cheered one another on, picked up each other when down. They never quit. They never gave up. Start to finish, this group grew in confidence, skills, and camaraderie. We finished the year 9-2, placing second in the playoffs. Our thriller over number 1 East seed Veritas in the playoffs will not soon be forgotten. I want to thank Coach Kane wants to thank the enthusiastic parents of these young ladies for their support throughout the year. You are definitely the loudest group yet. As many of these players move on to high school, Lady Griffin basketball has a bright future and will be a strong contender in the league. Girls, to quote a great coach, success takes time. Stay focused, be patient. Believe in yourself, and you will be unstoppable. All right, let's welcome up Coach Kane.
Thank you. I just want to go on a little bit more from comments that I had previously written. This was a great group of girls. I coached them earlier, a couple of years ago before we did the COVID, and then again this year. And This is a fantastic group. They're a tight-knit group, and they love the game. So much so that they just gave everything they had. Didn't quite finish the way we wanted. However, we did get second place. Okay, the first award goes to the individual that does whatever it takes. She's battled for rebounds, putting the ball in the hoop. She cheers on her teammates on the bench, and she's definitely one of the loudest doing that as well. Has also taken the physical aspects of playing the post with common determination. The Whatever It Takes award, Senna Smith. Next, I have an individual who never played organized basketball, perhaps never played basketball before at all. She took to the game, learning and improving skills quickly. As a matter of fact, she's developed quite the up and under move. Ella Sheed. The last is a Griffin Award, and this goes to an individual who has demonstrated her competitive spirit as well as her leadership and practice during games. She's taken the lead in getting practice and pregame warm-up drills going. She was vocal on the court, shouting encouragement and calling out player moves. She has played various positions and has demonstrated solid sportsmanship. Her basket and one against Veritas, as well as her reaction, is one for Griffin basketball lore. Griffin Award goes to Maggie Hawkins.
All right, let's give one more round of applause for girls basketball. Next up, we have middle school boys basketball. Start with the C team. The C team had a tremendous year of growth and accomplishment. The season started with a first-year head coach, 5 players who had never played basketball, and a group of athletes ranging from Archway, homeschool, and GP students. The boys went from not scoring in their first game to winning their final game handily, scoring 34 points. But more important to the success on the court, the boys demonstrated exceptional growth as young men, displaying exactly what GP basketball is about. They came to the gym with great attitudes, worked hard, and always celebrated one another's successes. Now, please welcome up Coach Hawkins and our middle school C boys basketball team.
How we doing tonight? Oh, come on. How we doing tonight? Good? All right. Man, glad to be here. First off, I got to start out with a couple of thank yous. First one goes out to Coach Brown and Mr. Garrison. They gave me this opportunity to come and coach this team when a lot of people who are my age and in my stage in life wouldn't have gotten it. So for that, I'm very grateful. My second thank you to my guys, Coach Nash, Coach Roundy. They really took me underneath their wing and they helped me out. Yeah. Good up to it. Those guys were really crucial in my development as a coach and really helped me along the way, and they were just really great guys to be around. Special parents shout-outs. I got to give a shout-out to Ms. Chavez and Mr. Crow. They helped me out with the scorebook and the scoreboard, and they made game day so much easier for me. So thank you guys for that. All right, now for the awards. For my Whatever It Takes award, I gave this award to Soham Bakhta. This young man was such a joy to coach. He came into the gym every single day ready to work, but not only that, he was one of our better skilled players. And because of that, I expected a lot more out of him than I would other players. I had him play point guard for us, and especially at C team level where a lot of guys are still developing, that was really huge for us, him being able to handle the ball well and handle pressure. But he was also arguably one of our best defenders, so I had to have him to guard the best players on the other team. So congratulations, Soham. For my Next Man Up award, I gave this award to Dax Chavez. Dax started out the year, I don't think he had a lot of confidence in himself or his abilities, and you could really see it from him. But as the season went on, Dax ended up being one of our most vocal guys, and in our game against North Phoenix, he hit some three-pointers, and if you did a side-by-side video with him and Steph Curry, I'm not sure you could tell the difference. So, give it up for Dax Chavez. And lastly, for our Griffin Award, sadly he's not here tonight, but this award goes to Andrew Burton. When I think about the Griffin Award, I think about somebody or a player who really embodies everything our program's about. And that's exactly what Andrew Burton did for us. He came into practice every single day. He was vocal. He was coaching up his teammates. He was celebrating his teammates. When his teammates were down, he was the first one to pick them up. And there was a couple games where he didn't get nearly as many minutes, but that didn't stop him from being involved in our game. And his involvement on the bench and helping out with his teammates was exactly what we were looking for. So give it up one more time for Andrew Burton.
All right, thank you, Coach Hawkins. Moving right along to the B team. The Monroe School boys B team had a fantastic season. We started off the season at a 1-2 and finished 7-3. We were one of the best teams in the league, and we improved every game. Their success came from the ability to play defense, play with heart, and ultimately play for each other as a team. I'm so proud of these boys. That's not me, that's Coach. I'm also proud, though, of these boys' growth, not only as basketball players, but as better people. Please welcome up Coach Roundy and our middle school boys B basketball team.
All right, how we doing, everybody? Good? Okay. I'm going to start off just like Coach Hawkins, saying a couple thank yous. First off, I want to say thank you to all the parents. You guys have been amazing throughout this entire season with game changes, different times in practices. You guys have stayed patient with us with all the craziness that is this COVID spring season. Next, I want to say a big thank you to Coach Nash and Coach Hawkins. I believe those are truly two of the best coaches in the state of Arizona. I truly believe that. So big thank you to them. They've done an amazing job helping me be a better coach as well. Lastly, I want to say thank you to Coach Garrison for making all of this possible. I don't think we've ever had such an emphasis on athletics as we've had today, and that's a big thank you to him. So I would want a round of applause for Coach Garrison. All right, on to the awards. So first is our Whatever It Takes award, and that award is going to Isaac Maskovich. So I gave Isaac the challenge to guard the other team's best player, point guard every single game, and he took that wholeheartedly, full force. Like he never complained, He never gave up, truly. He is such a competitor, and you can see in his eyes and how he carries himself that he will just go all out at another player and never give up. So I truly am proud of Isaac. Good job, bud. All right. Our next award is our Next Man Up. This award goes to Isaac Fletcher. Isaac had a rough start to the season with his confidence and overall morale to the team, I feel like. But I plugged him in the starting lineup about halfway through the season, and we were just a better team when he was on the floor. He picked up his energy, his attitude, and just his work ethic was a constant throughout the entire season. And I'm very proud of Isaac, and he became a player I could really trust to have in in big moments of games. So I'm really proud of you, Isaac. Good job. All right, this last award, the Griffin Award. This award is going to Sam Stanka. So I coached Sam 2 years ago. He is an 8th grader now as a 6th grader, and I don't think I could really tell what his voice sounded like. He wasn't a very vocal person at all and would not speak up, but coming into this year, it was a completely different story. He really took ownership in being an 8th grader on the B team and truly leading this team. Whether he was on the court or not, he was always encouraging and cheering on his teammates and picking them up, always. I also have the pleasure of working here on campus and seeing how he acts with his classmates, his peers, his teachers, and he gives everybody the utmost respect. And I really do look up to you, Sam. You're somebody I'd want to model more of myself like. You are a true leader, and I appreciate you a lot, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Roundy. Let's give him one more round of applause. All right, our final middle school boys basketball team, the A team. After a slow start to the season, dropping their first 2 games to Paradise Honors in Trivia and Prep, the A team showed great resolve and won 7 out of their next 10 games. They committed to the process of getting better every single day and showed great growth in a relatively short time period. By the end of the season, they were certainly playing at a level worthy of winning a championship. Now, please welcome up Coach Nash and the middle school boys A basketball team.
Thank you. Mr. Garrison, we need a 6'9" podium for next year, so you know, okay? Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Just want to start this off by saying thank you to the parents. Your support this year was amazing. Communication was awesome, never really had any issues, so I really appreciate all the support that you guys gave. Big shout out to Mr. Garrison, just always having my ear when, yeah. Any questions I ever had, always had my back whenever I needed it, so thank you, I appreciate that, man. Lastly, huge shout out to Coach Roundy and Coach Hawkins. This staff that we have here at the middle school level, it's above and beyond what most staffs are at the middle school level, and I truly feel I'm very lucky to have the both of you guys. You guys made it fun to come into work every day, right? And you guys, where is Hawkins? I feel like I'm talking to no one. No, the sky's the limit with both of you, and you know that. So thank you, appreciate that. So yeah, let's jump right into the awards. So to start with the first award, whatever it takes, right? This person showed up to practice every single day. He had a great attitude. He coached his teammates. He held himself accountable, held his teammates accountable. He never dropped his level of enthusiasm. He was always asking what he could do better. So he embodied whatever it takes for us. This is Alejandro Rodriguez. Okay. Next award. Whoa. This player is probably one of the more skilled players in our program. He started off the season just a little slow. I think he was just kind of working himself into the season after missing last year. Like I said, very skilled, great attitude, just showed up every single day to get better. And by the end of the season, in our last game, at one point, like the other team couldn't stop him. There was 4 or 5 possessions where they had no answer for him, and you just saw the growth that he made this season. This award goes to Dylan Donovan. All right, lastly, Griffin Award. So this person attacks every single day, everything that he does with an enthusiasm that is unknown to mankind. I don't think I would be allowed to keep this job for next season if I didn't give this award to this person, because obviously I wouldn't know what I was talking about. This is the biggest no-brainer of the night. Josh Rickey, Griffin Award. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give one more round of applause to the entire middle school boys basketball team. All right, our next sport is back outside, middle school track. For this team, the numbers don't tell the whole story, but they do tell part of the story. Despite only having 10 boys and girls this year, the Griffins decided to opt for quality. The quality of this team was not seen only in the meet results, but also in their maximum effort in practice and the quality of their interactions with each other, their coaches, and the competition. This was a team that, despite their numbers, took first in many events, set a number of school records, and earned over 100 personal records. The team dominated the 4x100s, pushed themselves in new events, and succeeded, and represented GP well. These 8th graders will go on and do impressive things as freshmen next year. These 7th graders are ready to take their place and lead well, and these 5th and 6th graders provide a promising and talented future. Please welcome Coach Fuller and the middle school track and field team.
See, where's Coach Nash? Coach Nash, I like the height of this podium very much, thank you. All right. Yeah, so one thing I've noticed walking up here is a whole lot of these medals up here. These are kind of impressive. Yeah, just saying. So yeah, you guys maybe want to take a look at that again. And I know there's a lot of our team that didn't bring their medals here, so there's more we could have brought too. But really, track is yeah, it's about the numbers, but it's really about so much more than just the numbers. It's an individual sport. You compete against yourself, one of the hardest people to compete against, but it's really so much more than just that as well. I only give 6 awards tonight, but really I could give a lot more than that. So there's a lot more on the table, I think, but we'll recognize what we can. Like Madeline, we said, and Madeline, you're doing a great job, by the way. We had a wonderful year. A little bit smaller number than we were. Everybody's going to bring a friend back next year. And I especially just want to recognize my 8th graders for a minute. 8th graders, take a step forward, please. 8th graders. Yeah. Let's give it up for them. They've given a lot to the team. Some of them have been with the team for a long, long time. I'm excited to see what they do in high school. They definitely need to be keeping up with track in the future. So thank you, 8th graders. All right. And then my last thank you, my assistant coaches. Coach Foreman, Coach Wetstein. I probably would have curled up into a ball underneath some hurdles somewhere and just stay there and given up on everything if it weren't for you guys. So thanks, guys. That was great. All right, on to some awards. So, well, that was loud. Let's start with the guys. Okay, we'll start with the Whatever It Takes award. For the Whatever It Takes award, this individual's actually not here today. I hope he is, wherever he is, it's Disney. I hope he's getting a run in today at some point in time. He probably is. He's a phenomenal athlete. It's been a pleasure to see him grow and improve. He's put in the hard work. Whatever I tell him to do in a meet, he goes and does it. Hey, I want you to go PR by 18 seconds today in the 1600, and he does exactly that. It's really impressive. I'm excited to see what his continued growth. He leads the team by example. The hard work he puts in and the way he carries himself is excellent. It's Zach Rich. Don't clap too much. He's at Disney. He doesn't deserve it. Okay. And then let's see. And then the next award is the Next Man Up award. The Next Man Up, It's about growth. It's about improvement. It's about looking forward to what this person has in store for him. This is one of our fifth graders who did a phenomenal job. I don't know if he knows how tough the races that he runs are. He runs them 100%. He's put in the work, and always with a smile. Mr. Logan Hartman. All right, and then that brings us to the Griffin Award. The Griffin Award recognizes so much. It recognizes a great athlete, but also somebody who's given a lot, somebody who we can say, hey, be like this person. He has a lot of good qualities to emulate. This individual's done a lot. He's not even in 8th grade yet, but he's already given so much to the track team, so much sweat, like buckets and buckets of sweat. I'm really looking forward to see what he continues to do in his Griffin career. He's improved so much this year. His times show it, but also his attitude, I think, is a lot more focused and serious. I'm looking forward to him really stepping forward and being a leader for the team next year, Dax Wilson. All right, that brings us, I actually have to move this down, so, okay, that's better. It brings us to the ladies. So, on the girls' side, by the way, we had a great season. We finished 5th overall. That doesn't sound that impressive, but it's going up against a lot of teams, and are going up against some teams that have 60, 70 girls on them, like seriously. So to score as many points as we did with these 10 ladies is really impressive. But let's go ahead and start with the Whatever It Takes award on the girls' side. This athlete is one of those 8th graders who's given a lot to this team, a lot of dedication. I think sometimes the flashiness is really easy to award, but consistency, just doing the same thing, putting in the time, right? Maybe not getting those huge PRs, but a little bit at a time, chipping away, attests to just a lot of hard work and is a great example for us. She's just given so much, not just as the results, but also in leadership as well. Yvette Hankish. For the next Gallup Award, I took a little bit of a different approach for this one. I gave it to somebody who's just been a phenomenal athlete from the start. Just done some really impressive things. But I think this year she moved from being a great athlete who does track to being a great track athlete, right? There's a difference. She's starting to see herself that she can be the best, and she wants to be the best. And yeah, she had 4 second places in the championship meet, and that's really impressive, but I know she wants first, and she's going to work for it. And not just that, but also she sets the tone in practice. She sets the tone of that we can joke around, have a good time, and we're going to do our practices, and we're going to get in our work. And I know she's worked really hard in hurdles in particular. I threw her in a couple events just to see what she could do that she hadn't really done before. I did that 3 times. I threw her in the 400. Hey, what can you do in the 400? She won it. Let me throw you in the hurdles, right? She had very little practice. She won that too. And then finally the 800, in my opinion, one of the toughest races, and she also won that race, which is pretty crazy. Nikki Sinsakovic-Gibo. All right, and finally that brings us to the Griffin Award. I really wish I could give more awards to everybody, but I'm kind of limited. So I want to recognize one more special athlete. This person, another just phenomenal athlete. Ever since 5th grade, she's been just a solid track athlete, done a lot for the team. 4 years. 4 years is a long time, right? When you're the age that middle schoolers are, 4 years is a huge percentage of your life. So to give that much to the track means a lot. And she's also been a great leader. She actually coached for us a little bit on the side, helped some people out. We call her Coach Bonesier. So for her great athletic achievements, for her great leadership, for just being an all-around great person, Sophia Bonesier.
All right, thank you, Coach Fuller. Let's give it up one more time for the middle school track team. All right, before we move on to our high school sports, I just want to take a moment to say congrats again to all the middle school teams. We are really proud of all your accomplishments this season and all the hard work you put in. Keep doing what you're doing, and you have high school to look forward to. So, congrats. All right, now we're moving into our high school section of this award ceremony. So first up, we have high school golf. Yeah. The inaugural season of Glendale Prep High School golf exceeded expectations. The team finished 19th place out of 56 teams while compiling a 15-win versus 4-loss match record in 9 events. Individual players also excelled, as Gracie was a medalist in 3 matches and Wyatt was a medalist in 2 of the matches. As a team, we narrowly missed qualifying for the state championship as the top 15 teams were invited. The top 15 individuals not on those teams were also invited, and Gracie was in this category and competed in the state championship. We had 8 players on this team, and we want to congratulate our team for their efforts. Congratulations to the 2021 Glendale Prep golf team. Now, please welcome up Coach McNee and the high school golf team.
All right, well, I like the music. That's very good. The inaugural season, didn't really know how it was going to go, wasn't sure how competitive the leagues were going to be. The team that won the state championship this year is a team that they shot actually under par, which is better than usually the larger schools do. So we have a ways to go to catch them, but we're off to a good start. We had, as you can see, it's not a big team. We have two missing today, but let me tell you just a little something about golf really quick. Playing good golf is like trying to win a game of whack-a-mole. Okay, there's 14 clubs that you can use, and you have to be adept at all of them. It's like knowing 14 languages and having to speak all of them fluently. Well, we were fairly fluent this year, and we're going to just start off with our Whatever It Takes award winner, and that's Kennedy Ritzman. We chose Kennedy because she gets embarrassed, but she was pretty much always the first person to practice. She worked hard, and she improved quite a bit. She was steady. She was what the golf team wanted to be about. She was always friendly, but very competitive, wanted to win, and really couldn't ask anything more of that. And I know she even worked on her game on some weekends and played quite a bit of extra besides what we did on the weekday golf schedule. So congratulations, Kennedy. Our next Woman Up Award is going to go to one of the seniors on our team, our most improved, Gianna Giambrone. So it takes five people to play in a match, and you play 5 and count 4. And we had 4 players that had played some competitive golf. And Gianna really hadn't, as JT had not, our 2 seniors. They both played matches. Gianna played most of the matches, ended up counting her score a couple times in the matches, and from where she started the season and where she ended, it was really fantastic. So congratulations, Gianna. We'll jump to our Griffin Award, and Gracie Ladding Vander Molen. Yes. So Gracie's going to be the cornerstone of building this team. She's a sophomore with Kennedy, was a freshman this year. And, we've got Viva coming back. Viva had her best round of the year, the final match of the year. We've got a great foundation of a team that's going to compete in the state championship next year. We just need to add a couple of pieces. Gracie made the event as an individual. It's a very difficult golf course, Tucson National. It was up on the side of a mountain, wind blowing about 40 miles an hour every day. And out of, there were 467 players who played in our Division III golf. 90 of them played in the state golf tournament, and Gracie was 46th in that event. So congratulations, and congratulations to the whole team. I don't think I mentioned Annalise. Annalise was right up there. The whole team just improved so much, and I just wanted to make sure everybody got a mention because they're all superstars.
All right, thank you, Coach, and let's keep applauding for our high school golf team. There we go. Awesome. So next up, we have our high school tennis team. Yeah. All right. GP boys and girls tennis team had an incredible season. This team overcame a very difficult start to the season, having to play the first 3 matches without the seniors. Many of the players had little to no experience, but through hard work, we were able to beat more experienced teams. The boys and girls teams finished the season with an 8-3 record. The boys finished 12th in the state, and the girls finished 14th. Both of the teams qualified for the state tournament for the first time in school history. GP Tennis also had the opportunity to send 6 players to represent us at the individual state tournaments. Please welcome up Coach Cecil and the high school tennis team.
All right. I think I have to agree with Mr. Nash on this one. All right. But I would like to give a special thank you to Mrs. Sarbacher, who I think is not listed as one of our coaches, but graciously offered to help out this season. And without her, I don't know where we would be. So thank you to Mrs. Sarbacher. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do our boys' awards first and then get in to our girls. But first, our team's incredible, and they worked very hard, and through lots of hard work, they were able to win. And outside of that, just get better as players, but also as individuals. And both of our teams were able to qualify for the state tournament for the first time in school history. This is actually our first full season having AIA tennis, so for both of our teams to qualify for the state tournament was incredible, and I think it's a testament to how hard our players have worked. With that being said, let's get into our boys' awards. First up, we have the Whatever It Takes award, which is going to Logan Pennick. Logan, unfortunately, couldn't be with us today, but he... for those of you that know Logan he is someone who just anything you ask of him, he will do it with a smile on his face. And having someone like that is incredible. Just whatever I tell him, whatever I ask him to do, he will do it. And yeah, the most coachable kid I've ever known. Up next, we have our Next Man Up award. This award is going to Alessandro Marcolini. Alessandro is a freshman who had to step into a very big role this year and play number 2 on our varsity team, which means he was up against a lot of very good competition, a lot of players who have played a lot more than him, a lot of players who maybe were better than him, and he worked really hard and got a lot better, and towards the end of the year was able to beat players that previously in the season he would not have been. So our final award for boys is our Griffin Award, and that is going to go to Seth Storino. Seth, I think, really embodies what the Griffin Award is all about. Obviously, he's an incredible young man, remarkable in the classroom as well as on the court. He is the first person at practice every day and the last person to leave. He's the person to encourage his teammates when they're down and to just put a smile on everyone's face. So yeah, well-deserved, Seth. Let's move to our girls. For our girls, the Whatever It Takes Award is going to Alex Robinson. Alex is a senior who worked very hard this year as well as last year, and despite maybe not being able to play as much as she would have liked, worked incredibly hard, and when she was able to play, did remarkable things. So thank you, Alex. Our next award is our Next Woman Up Award, which is going to go to Wendy Bosdo. Wendy is playing tennis for the first year this year, and at the beginning of the season, couldn't really hit the tennis ball. Coming to now, she is a really good player. We had a match against Yuma Catholic in which one of our players was injured, and I had to sub Wendy in at 3, so she had to play the other team's third best player, and she went out and won that match. Yeah. And finally, our Griffin Award for girls is going to go to Kenzie Garver. Kenzie also just really embodies what the Griffin Award is all about. She was our leader on the court. She played number 1 and beat lots of very tough competition, competed against the best players in the state, as well as also being a leader at practices and coaching other players and helping them out. A lot of our other players are as good as they are because of the work Kenzie has done to help them. So thank you to all of you, remarkable players.
Please help me in giving a warm welcome to our girls varsity softball team. This year, high school softball celebrated the small victories, with many athletes brand new to the game and no experienced pitcher. They took on obstacles that would have made anyone weary, but nonetheless, they persisted. They fought with dignity and heart against talent in our region. By the end of the season, these Griffins had proven their worth with quality at-bats, hard-earned outs, and timely hits. Now please welcome up Coach Barnes and the high school softball team.
Good evening, everyone. This season we fought hard. We really did, with a lot of inexperience or players who haven't played in a couple years. I can tell you that I am very proud of the ladies standing with me tonight. So one more round of applause for all of them. All of our athletes were either learning a brand new sport or were asked to try a brand new position. Many of them, probably half our team, tried pitching at one point, and that is not an easy role to fill. That is not something that is a natural motion. So all of them were like, okay, coach, I'll try. I appreciate that. Nonetheless, they stepped up and they really provided what we needed when we needed it. One athlete that I would like to honor is someone who makes her presence known on the field in a big way. She's one of the kindest people you will ever meet, which makes it so much fun to see her attitude behind the plate. She was ready to be what our team needed as well as play catcher, take on any role, be anywhere and everywhere all at once. She was the perfect example of whatever it takes. So Abby Fleming will receive that award, the Whatever It Takes award. For our Next Woman Up award, we have an athlete who I had the pleasure of meeting and getting to know just this year for the first time. She was new to the game, but was quickly a monumental part of the culture of our team. She was at every single practice, and I have to check the record, but I'm pretty sure I mean every single practice. The only player. And she was always asking what she could do to get better. Because of this hard work and the effort that she put in, she was easily our most improved player, and that athlete is Amanda Penny. She is a fantastic person. If you ever get to know her, you should talk to her. She's great. For our Griffin Award winner, this one was really easy for me. She was our most valuable player by far. She wasn't our highest stats or anything like that, but she tried to be. She was new to this sport, and every single time she had a bat in her hand, the ball was coming at her, you could tell she wanted to do the best she could do with it. And she was frustrated because she's new and she's, building those skills, but she didn't get down. She just tried harder. Her value, though, it came in the form of her leadership, her effort, and the effect of her on the culture of our team, again. She never stepped foot on a softball field until this season. You've been hearing a lot from her tonight. She was all in from the start. Every play she was involved in, she made an impact. That athlete is Madeline Wiest. Easy decision. If you don't know, we barely scraped together a team this year. Every athlete that is over here standing next to me was hard fought for, and there were a couple times where we thought we wouldn't have a season. So I want to thank every girl who committed to being on this team and being a part of something that we're going to build bigger and we're going to build better in the future. And I hope everyone has a great evening.
All right. Let's give it up for softball one more time. Next up, we have varsity baseball. The 2021 Griffin baseball season set the tone for years to come. The team played hard and made huge progress on the field as the games went on. The future is bright for our young team. Now, please welcome up Coach Sanchez and the high school baseball team.
Can you guys hear me? It actually works. I'm not touching it. All right. So first off, I want to thank all of these young men. They were with me last year in our shortened season, and they came back bigger and stronger this year. And I have to thank my two coaches, Coach Castro there at the end and Coach Barrett. Without these two guys, the development that we had this year, it wouldn't happen. These guys are great, and they're really good for your kid. So we'll jump right into the awards. Whatever it takes. This award's going to go to Joseph Randall. Joseph worked so hard over the offseason to improve his game. I mean, he's in the gym. Every offseason workout that we had, he was there. This kid put in so much time to make himself better, and the work paid off. He's a first-team All-Region award winner, and he finished top 5 in 2A in batting average and slugging percentage. Joseph Randall. And the Next Man Up award is going to go to Jeremiah Wright. Jeremiah is the epitome of a hardworking kid. This kid shows up to practice early, every day, never complains, does everything I've ever asked him to do on the field, everything his teammates have asked him to do. You can see him working, trying to get better. I look forward to kind of seeing the growth he's going to have as we go through our season. So congratulations, Jeremiah. And last but not least, the Griffin Award, Sam Terpstra. He's played multiple positions for us. He's excelled at all of them. His dedication led him to a 2A Central All-Region Honorable Mention. He's a huge leader. The kids get behind him. I've never seen him, downplay anything. He's always picking up his teammates when we make mistakes. He's the biggest cheerleader when they do well. I look forward to seeing how much further he's going to go next season. So, Sam, congratulations.
All right, let's give them one more round of applause. All right, next up is our high school track team, and as you can see, it's a huge team over there from my perspective. So we're going to do the boys and girls together in their season recaps. The coaches entered the season with one of the smallest teams in years, although being pretty big. All the uncertainty surrounding the season had an impact. The team was made up of 14 athletes, or 13 if you count those not lost to ankle injuries. But those small numbers did not diminish the team's success. The boys' team was made up of athletes that strive to get better every day. Over 60 personal records were set, so the coaches saw measurable improvements. 20 guys' performances made it to the GP top 10 list, and 6 of those were school records. And even though those are just numbers, each one was a special moment for that athlete because they knew the effort that went into making it happen. Seeing the satisfaction on their face is what makes this sport so meaningful. As a team, their best finishes were 8th at the Chandler Rotary and 9th at the Centennial Invite. They ended the season by finishing 14th in the state championships this past Saturday. That was the highest finish by the boys since 2016. Let's give the boys' track round of applause. Now on to the girls. The coaches entered the season with high hopes, but similar to all the other spring programs, there was a lot of uncertainty surrounding the season. The team started the season not knowing if they'd have to wear masks while competing. Fortunately, logic prevailed and masks were not required while competing. With all the uncertainty, the team was smaller than in years past, but the coaches felt that they were left with the athletes that truly wanted to compete. Track is a sport that you get out of what you put into it. It's not just those who have talent. It's about those who have the will to push through fatigue that everyone experiences. So the coaches are proud of every athlete on the team because they accepted that challenge. But to quantify the team's success, here are some individual and team highlights that justified the coaches' early season hopes. Over 57 personal records were set, And remember, this was only 15 girls on the team. 21 performances made it to the GP's top 10 list, and 5 of those were school records. Those successes translated into success for the team as well. The girls finished second in the prestigious Chandler Rotary early in the season and ended the season by finishing 6th in the state championships this past Saturday. That was the highest finish by our girls in school history. Now, please welcome up Coach Webdale and the entire track team.
Okay, like some of the other coaches, I'm going to start with a few thank yous. We just want to thank Coach Crawford. He's been with me all the practices, all the meets. And just everything that he does for me, I wouldn't be able to coach without him. He brings a sense of humor that just motivates the kids like you wouldn't imagine. And I know he knows this, but I always like to say it publicly, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. So, second one, I want to thank my wife, Ann. Just her support, practices, going to being, getting home late from practices, Saturdays, being at meets all day, just her commitment, her support. It's, I just wanted to say thank you for that. I wouldn't be able to coach without you. And my last thank you is just to the GP parents. You've been so supportive throughout the year with just practice changes, and you should be proud of the job you've done with these kids. They're a great group of kids. I love coaching them, love getting to know them. You know, tracks can be 5-6 hour days, and the races might take a couple minutes or a couple seconds, so there's a lot of downtime, so I got to know them. And you've done a great job, so I just wanted to say thank you for the job you're doing. Congratulations, you're doing a great job with your kids. All right, so for the awards, I'll start with the boys and whatever it takes. For this award, I wanted to recognize one of our most dedicated and consistent athletes. This athlete's a junior, and it's been just incredible to see him develop and improve throughout the year. During the year, he set 9 personal records, which was really impressive, and he's been really versatile because he ended up the year with the second fastest time in the 2 mile in school history and the third farthest javelin throw. But most importantly, it's always just, I've enjoyed talking to him. He comes from a running family, so he just has a lot of knowledge, so I've really just enjoyed getting to know him. So whatever it takes award goes to Trevin Jansen. And for the next, they say the next man up, but I like to call it the next Griffin up. You don't have to worry about man, woman, it's just next Griffin up. So on the girls' side, there were several athletes, or on the boys' side, there were several athletes that could have received this award. There were 57 personal records set, and this athlete wasn't new to track, but made significant strides during the year. He improved by almost 4 seconds in the 400, and he saved his best for last. At the state meet, he was part of 2 record-setting relay teams, the 4x1, which finished 6th, and the 4x4, which finished 4th, and also set the school record. And then he also qualified individually in the 400 and finished 5th. That was with a time that's 3rd fastest in the school history. So I just wanted to recognize Ian Penny for the job that he did this year. My last award on the guys' side is the Griffin Award, and this one I'm going to give to a senior that was an excellent team leader, and he knows kind of what's expected of a GP athlete, and the coaches counted on him for advice throughout the year, just asking him questions, getting the feel for the team, and he earned that respect, not through just the leadership, but his example on the track. He finished his career with top 10s in the 800, the second fastest 100-meter time, school records in the 200 and the 400, and he capped that year with a third place finish in the 400, and was also a part of our record-setting relay teams. So example is going to be missed, and he's grown into a great young man. So this year's Griffin Award goes to Ryan Cullum. So now on to the girls. The first award, the Whatever It Takes. I wanted to recognize one of our most valuable athletes and just her excellence throughout the year. I look back at the results throughout the year, and she placed in the top 3 in every race that she ran, or half of the races that she ran during the year. And this is against schools, Division I schools. This is the Sandra Day O'Connors of the world, the Mountain Ridges. So she had an excellent year for us. She's also really versatile because she said she wants to compete in every running event before she graduates. So, except for the hurdles. That was the one she said she didn't want to compete in, but maybe McKenna can convince her to do the hurdles. And she started the season having the school record in the 400, and during the year she set the record in the 200, and then reset her record for the 400 5 times. And she qualified for the state meet in four events, and she capped it off by being the first athlete in our track program to actually win a state championship in the 400. She can't be here tonight. She's with Zach. She's in Disney. And where's Mr. Garrison? We missed a sponsorship opportunity. When she won the 400, we could have said, like the Super Bowl MVP, what are you going to do to celebrate? I'm going to Disney World. So I'll leave the sponsorship in your capable hands to get that done. But the Whatever It Takes award goes to Zoe Rich. So the next Griffin up, this one is always difficult because there's just so many people that improve. But this athlete's fairly new to track at the high school level. She's a sophomore, and we didn't have a season, or not much of a season last year because of COVID. But she was just an athlete that was willing to try anything. And her versatility, that was evident when she made it to the state meet, qualifying in 4 events, and throughout the year setting 11 personal records. In the state meet, she set the school record in the 100-meter hurdles, and was also part of our record-setting relay teams. So I'm looking forward to see what she does the next couple of years. And so this year's next Griffin Up Award goes to McKenna Rogers. So my last award is the Griffin Award, and this is my favorite award because it exemplifies what Glendale Prep is all about. And it's just that leadership, seeing the kids develop throughout their years, and this athlete was no different. But Madeline represents GP on and off the field and is truly a great-hearted individual. And she exemplified the community we try to foster on the team. She mentioned to me that she was using the spikes of one of our recent graduates. So I like to see that. I'd like to see that transition, the community from connections to the past. And she's leaving a legacy of her own because she's the first athlete to have one of our dynamic warm-up stretches named after her. So just, you're going to be missed, Maddie. It was a pleasure to coach you these 4 years. So this year's Griffin Award goes to Maddie Foreman.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. I know you've been clapping a lot this evening, but give him one more round of applause. All right, looks like we're a little ahead of schedule, but the night's not over yet. So I just want to thank you guys for being an excellent crowd, and let's bring up our athletic director, Mr. Garrison.
For all the tall coaches, this moves. And it will help you out. Coach Nash, it moves. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Hi everybody. You guys should be smiling. We're way ahead of schedule. You should be smiling. Parents, I know you guys are. Look at. Yeah. Yep. That's a good thing. You can go do your homework or study for finals next week. Yeah. Hey, listen, really quick, before I get talking on some notes here, we're going to bring up the star of the night, right? Fought through it. She's been three seasons, busy all year. Anything I ask her to do, she's just like, yes, absolutely, Mr. Garrison, absolutely, whatever it takes, right? Let's bring up Madeline Weiss real quick, and I need everybody to stand up. I need everybody to stand on up. Come on. Let her feel all of this. Let her feel all of it. Come on. Come on. Get out of here. You can have a seat now. You can have a seat. You're about to stand and sit a lot because you've been sitting the whole time and I'm crazy, so get ready. But no, we got to thank Madeline. Listen, it is not easy to get up here. If I put any of you back here, you'll realize really quick, ooh, it's nerve-wracking sometimes. And she has kept it on target, on everything, and it's just been incredible. I want to thank Matthew Hawkins in the background. He's keeping everything running on the screens. I want to thank Mr. Hawkins running around doing everything, opening doors, closing doors, moving seats. That's my team right there. We get it done. And now is the time for all the standing and sitting, because I like to do that to people. And also, well, before that, I don't know if he's still here. Mr. Navarrete, raise your hand if you're here. There he is. I want to stand for Mr. Navarrete. Let's all stand for Mr. Navarrete really quick. That's my guy. That's the leader of this campus. He supports the vision of athletics, and I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All right, you can have a seat. I told you you're going to stand and sit. You have to. You've been sitting the whole time. Next, coaches. Coaches, I'd like you to stand. And audience, kids, families, you can stand or sit, but let's not honor our coaches. Coaches, please, coaches. You can do better than that. Come on. You can do better than that. There we go. Now, coaches, stay standing. I know you hate this. Stay standing. I say it every ceremony, but I truly believe we have the best coaching staff in the state. We work close together 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a week, working on stuff for our student athletes. Communication is always the top thing on our chart. Are we communicating as a staff, and are we communicating towards our students and our parents? When we're not doing that, we know we're not doing our job. So communication is number one, so they're bothered all the time by me. I think about their families, though, so sometimes I don't bother them at night and things like that. But communication is number one, but the number two would be sacrifice. These coaches spend hours away from their own families to be with our student athletes, coaching them up one-on-one, coaching them up in team settings, and it's incredible. And they just don't hear it enough. They don't hear a thank you enough. They're not paid enough. You hear everybody say that is true. They're not paid enough to do what they do. And a lot of times they end up spending their own money to do things that I'll even say, hey, we have the budget for it, but somehow they're paying for it themselves. So I just want to say thank you to our coaching staff. I hope you know you're loved and appreciated. And I hope that there's no one else that you'll ever work with, ever, that appreciates you as much as I do. So I just appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, students, you get to stand. Don't clap yet. You're just going to stand. Go ahead. You can do this. You do this in class quietly. Look I got control. I want you to turn around. I want you to look at your parents. If they're here and if they're not here, I want you to imagine them sitting back there, family, mom, dad, anybody, grandparents, whoever supports you. Don't speak yet, students. What are we doing? You're messing up. Now listen, I want you to get serious with me for a second, students. Your parents, they go above and beyond, even way more than your coaches, to get you to events, to get you the gear that you need for your event, to support Mr. Garrison, whatever he's asking for outside of things, to volunteer at things, to show up to class for things, to help you in anything you need. Whether it's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, brother, sister, whoever it is that's in your life, I need you to think about them sitting back there if they're not there right now, and I want you to give them the biggest praise you can give them. Go ahead, students. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make sure you're smiling. Smile at them. And if you're on the live stream, this is for you, if you're on the live stream. Thank you, students. Have a seat. Have a seat. Thank you, guys. We're almost done. Look at you guys have energy now, though. I know how this works. All these smiles. I know what I'm doing. Now, she's not here because she likes to work in the shadows, but Miss Daisy's incredible. Miss Daisy's our reporter here on campus, and Miss Daisy does so much for Mr. Garrett, and she is always helping me out. Whatever I need, Daisy, hey, can we get some extra trash cans here? Can we get this, that? She set up tonight with the crew, but it's just incredible because she never asks for anything extra. She just does it with a smile. Sometimes she's singing or humming while she's doing it. And she's not here tonight, but I do want to give her a round of applause. Now, this is my last group I'm thanking right now. I want to lump in all together kind of the front office staff, our APO members, Mr. Terpstra, who's here as well, President APO, Tony and Dave, our photographers, amazing photographers, Mr. Klein, who's been helping us out with Griffin Sports this year, and then all of our teachers that help us out, work with us on all these early releases and this and that, and our teachers do their best to work with us. So right now, let's just give a big round of applause to that big support group. All right, so I'm finishing up. We were supposed to be done at 7:30. It's 6:55. So we've done a great job. Here's kind of some short announcements, and then here's how the rest of the night goes. Mr. Hawkins, you can turn that slide for me. Thank you. So before I get to that, you can just look at that for a second. Fall. If you played a fall sport, you may not have received your fall certificate for playing because we weren't here. We were virtual. We did not forget about that. Next week, we'll try to distribute those to you. If you're a homeschooler, we'll try to connect with you. And then fall life touch pictures. A lot of you did not get those either. Okay, so those are two things that are on our radar as an athletic department for the parents, mostly, not you guys, probably parents. We're aware of that, so we'll be letting you guys know about that if you played a fall sport. Uniforms, coaches, if you have not collected uniforms in this room, let's make sure we collect those uniforms before school gets out. And then we have behind me, this summer we're going to be extremely busy, and there is items that are not up there. There are items that are still being ironed out, figured out from different sports. So if you don't see your child's sport up there, it's probably because they're still ironing out the details, or they'll be doing something slightly different. But this summer, we're going to have a lot going on. Summer camps, summer trainings, weight room activity, all kinds of things. This is the stuff, students, I need your eyes. Thank you. This is the stuff that takes you to the next level. In the summer, being busy, not just being on vacation, I'm sorry. Not just being on vacation, not just being on the beach hanging out, not just watching TV at home. That doesn't take you to that next level. And so many of you want to go to the next level. We have those conversations. So if you want to go to the next level individually, I'm talking to you individually right now, you should be here almost every day doing something. Okay, there's something going to be offered for you this summer, from high school to middle school, boys and girls. So find it, visit online to our website for what you're interested in, and yeah, we'll see you there. So here's how we're going to close. The theme tonight, everyone repeat after me. The theme of tonight was fellowship. Everybody say fellowship. Fellowship. You can do better than that. Everybody say fellowship. Fellowship. Tonight, the point of tonight, the purpose of tonight was to fellowship safely, right, safely. But the ceremony part, we wanted that to be special. We wanted that to be intimate. But tonight, what's a little different is we will have some refreshments outside and some games, and the field's open, students to do some things. You don't have to just go home today. Usually I'd be kicking you out, sending you home and cleaning up the chairs and everything. Tonight, you can have some time outside. Obviously, keep in mind social distancing. Keep in mind everyone has their own preference towards things, but there will be some refreshments and tables and things outside that you can go and enjoy yourself. So parents, when we conclude here, even if you're standing over there at the exit because you think you can get out first, that's not the way we're going. We're going that way. We're going that way. Even if you're leaving, we're going that way. For parents, the lobby's off limits. We're going that way. Students, we're going to exit middle school first. You'll be looking at Mr. Hawkins. We're going this way, through these doors, okay? And again, if you're staying, stay. If you're leaving, leave. High school, you'll follow middle school, starting with high school golf to exit. Lastly, let's do our cheer here. I had to. We'll do our cheer, then we'll exit with some nice music and get on out of here. Thank you guys for coming tonight. This is great attendance. We didn't know what we'd have. Please have a seat, Miss Hyman. Thank you. We didn't know what we would have tonight because last year we didn't even get to do this, right? Did we have spring sports last year? No. So there was no spring ceremony. So we weren't sure how people would feel about coming. So we do appreciate you for being here tonight. And again, just having fun. So really quick, we are GP. Here's how this works for the parents in the back. We will point. Okay, I'm going to start with the far left. So pretty much, Ella, stand up for me. Thank you. On that side of Ella, you will say we. Right here in the middle, all the way to Sam. Sam, stand up. In this middle, you're going to say R. I did that wrong. Let's do that again. Sorry, scratch that. On that side of Marissa. Marissa, please stand. Thank you. On that side's a we. On this side of Sydney, right here, stand up, Sydney, is R. Right here in between Sam is G. And then all the way down to Coach Sanchez is P. All right? So when I point to your section, you're going to stand up and you're going to yell that letter or that phrase. You too, parents. Here we go. You missed it. Yep. You missed it. It's a point. We got to get out of here. Ready? Here we go. Our parents are doing badly. There we go. Last one. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Yeah, distribute them to them. Middle school, follow your team. Matthew, turn it up. Coach, go ahead.